Are you ready to learn some real life English with comprehensible input? Today, I'm going to teach you something very important for when you travel, for when you take an Uber or a taxi, or if you live in a place like I do, where you have to have a car to get to work. So buckle up your seatbelts and let's learn some English. All right, guys. So today I'm going to teach you English with comprehensible input. What is comprehensible input? Comprehensible input is when a native speaker, like me, speaks in a nice, slow, clear way that you can understand and improve your English. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about something that most of us see every day. Cars, vehicles. So I'm going to show you my vehicle and show you all of the important vocabulary that you will need to speak about cars in English. Let's start on the inside. Come on, camera wife, get in. All right, guys. First, this is a window. And right now I'm going to roll up the window. This is rolling up. This is rolling down. So, camera wife, why do we say roll up and roll down? Why do we use the verb to roll? To roll is like this. Balls roll, wheels roll. But why would I say roll up the window? That makes no sense, right? Well, now it makes no sense because we have electricity for everything. But a long time ago, you used to have to roll up your windows with something like this. You would roll this thing and your window would go up. You would roll it up and you would roll this thing and your window would go down. Nowadays, we have electricity, but we still say, hey, roll down your window. Something interesting to know. That's a window. All right, guys. Another very important piece of vocabulary when you're talking about cars. This. What is this called, beautiful camera wife?
Wheel.
The steering wheel. Steering wheel. She knew that. She just didn't say it. This is the steering wheel, guys. And why do we call it the steering wheel? Because you use it to steer. To steer is a wonderful verb that is very useful in a lot of situations. To steer means to control something, control which direction it goes in, okay? So I'm steering the car. I can steer the car left. I can steer the car right. To steer. And this is the steering wheel, and you use it to steer and decide which direction you're going in. Now, there's something else that's very important on the steering wheel, and it's extra important in countries like Colombia. The horn. This is the horn. And the horn gets people's attention. You can use it when you're mad. Get out of my way. Okay, the horn is very important because it's like how your car talks. And I said that about Colombia because in Colombia, the taxi drivers and everybody, they just honk. Boop, 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 boop. For no reason. I'm sitting in the seat next to him and he's like, beep, beep, beep. I'm like, why? Whatever. That is the steering wheel. Here we have something else very important. This is the ignition. All right, guys, like I said, now we have so many new things in cars like electricity, electric things. But a long time ago in ancient history, you used to have to start your cars with a key. These are keys, okay? Now cars just have something like this, most cars. And you use this to start. In order to start my car, I have to put my foot down here on the brake. Don't worry, we'll talk about that in a minute. I put my foot on the brake. I take the key fob, they call it a key fob. I push it on the ignition and my car starts. It starts. So when you want to turn on your car, we say to start your car. All right. Let me go start my car. Hold on. I need to start my car. You start your car to turn it on, and to turn it off, what do you say, wife? It was a trick. You just say, turn it off. Guys, her face was like, I don't know.
There's not another word.
Oh, my poor baby. My poor wife. Guys, I mess with my wife so much, but she's the best. She helps me so much. All right, guys, we've got the ignition. We've got the steering wheel. We've got the what? The what? The horn. We've got the horn. Got the window that we could roll down or roll up. Now let's look over here. Over here, baby. See this part here. This tells you a lot of things on these newer cars. It tells you how fast you're going. It tells you how much gas you have. I need to get gas soon. E stands for empty, which means you don't have any more gas. F stands for full. Here it tells you whether your car is cold or if it's overheating. C means cold, H means hot, and a lot of other things. This tells you how many miles your car has driven. Mine has almost 100,000 miles. Now, I know most of you guys, a car in your country will say kilometers, but here in the United States, for some reason, we use miles. Here is the thermometer, and it tells you the weather outside. It's 75 degrees, so it's pretty beautiful. All right, baby, let's look over here. Over here, we have the radio. Here is the volume knob, and we can turn the volume up. Let's see. We can turn the volume up or turn the volume down. Okay. Here we can control other things in the car, like the air conditioning, if we want it to be cold. So let's turn on the air and make it cool.